I think it's very important to keep on moving forward.
Yes.
You know what I got most out of all of this thing is that life is too short, and we have to make the most out of what we have.
Hi everyone, welcome to What's Going On by Sumi, powered by Depilex. We have Ahmer Farooq, a visual artist, who will be joining me in a bit. There's a lot more that we were going to talk about when it comes to Ahmer Farooq, but for right now, we have something new by Depilex. Let's see what it is.
Hi everybody, today I'm going to talk about a very brand new treatment that we are starting, which is Keravive, a scalp health. Hydrofacial has introduced a new treatment, which is a hydrofacial for the scalp. Our skin does not finish here. It goes all the way down till here. This is our scalp. Our scalp is the most neglected skin on our body. हम scalp health के लिए कुछ भी नहीं करते हैं. 50% of the women have actually damaged their hair follicles because of continuous heating, styling, chemical processing. तो उससे क्या होता है कि हमारा hair follicle damage हो जाता है. That is why we end up getting thinning of our hair. With Keravive Hydrofacial, we are going to do cleansing, deep cleansing, exfoliation of the scalp. But the first step is going to be the scalp analysis. So we can see the redness. So you can see that there is some damage here on the scalp. Freshly washed kiya apne balon ka, but we can still see the oil residues on the hair. We'll just go further down. Our second step is to disinfect the hair and the scalp before starting Keravive, the scalp hydrofacial. हम अपने पावरफुल हेयर डिसइंफेक्टेंट से स्कैल्प और बालों को डिसइंफेक्ट करते हैं और उसको प्रिपेयर करते हैं अपने स्कैल्प हाइड्रोफेशियल के लिए. I would advise 3 sessions for Keravive treatment for a better and healthy scalp.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. And my today's show is no surprise. I already told you guys, a visual artist who's come a long way. He's made his own niche in the market, as he calls it, the art industry. I have with me none other than Ahmer Farooq. How are you?
I'm very well. How are you?
Good to have you.
Great being here. Yeah.
बहुत अरसा हो गया हम लोग ये plan कर रहे थे.
I know. We've been doing this for a long time.
Finally, you're here.
Finally, you invited me. So
yeah. No, I was trying to invite you. You were very busy, and it's great to see that you're busy.
Yeah.
And you've come a long way, Ahmer. So many things that you're doing now, visual artist, since the last couple of years actually now.
Yeah.
So how's your journey been?
I think it's very important to keep on moving forward.
Yes.
You know what I got most out of all of this thing is that life is too short, and we have to make the most out of what we have.
Right,
instead of
absolutely.
living in the past, you have to move forward. And I think this is the best thing. I pushed myself to look into my creative side, and I think there's not been turning back ever since. I've just been painting and showing my work, and this side of me people really didn't know that existed. Even till today, a lot of times when I meet people and I introduce myself as an artist, they think I'm a socialite.
Right, yeah.
And they're like, when did you become an artist? I was always an artist, but I never spoke about it.
Yeah.
So this is a positive thing that has come out of the whole thing.
Very subtle about everything that he does, by the way. He never announces it.
Except for my paintings. My paintings are very loud.
Loud
in your face.
Incredibly loud.
That's the way it should be.
The subject is loud, and the colors and everything.
That's the way it should be. Your work should speak for itself.
Of course, absolutely. So when did you discover, among so many interests that you have, that painting, art is something you want to do? Because I think I even spoke to you a long time ago and you were like, Sumi, do you know that I was never into art myself. I was good at it.
Yeah, yeah.
But I never thought that I would become a visual artist.
So apparently my parents always saw the artist in me and they sent me to England to study art.
It's the other way around usually. The parents that don't waste your time.
So they sent me to England to study art. I studied the basic art. And then I decided against it and I said I don't want to go to an art school. I ended up going to a business school. So maybe there are very few artists whose Pakistani parents would force them to go to an art school, but the artist would refuse and say, I don't want to go to an art school. I'd rather go to a business school.
Yeah, it's the other way around, always.
So that was very crazy. And then I ended up doing my MBA. I was practicing, I was doing a corporate job. And then one fine day, it was a bucket list. Before I die, I want to do one solo show. I did my first solo show at Sanam Taseer's gallery. And it was just a one-day show and everything was sold.
Amazing.
And I was so impressed.
By myself?
No, I was just impressed with the cash I got. And I'm like, wow, this is good. I mean, I have extra money to go on a holiday.
Yeah.
And after that, I never gave any painting for gift or free or anything.
How did you control that? When did you stop doing that? Because it's something very important that you realize your weakness and fixing that, tweaking that a little bit.
I think I still have it. Like, for example, every time I paint and then I show it to my mom or my dad and then I get their feedback. And then, you know, because I come from a very Punjabi background.
Right.
And then, you know, we speak Punjabi at home and they would be like, this is looking really bad. No one is going to buy it. So my parents are really blunt. Or they were like, this color scheme is really good. This is very nice. And if I price it somewhere and if my mom really likes it, like, you're selling it too cheap. You need to hike up the price. Or the painting is not very nice looking. She's like, don't sell it. Just like burn it. So yeah, so my mom is basically the very, very tight quality control I have at home because I paint at home.
So tell me something, Ahmer, you circulate around people who are collectors and then you yourself, like, you know, you're having solo shows left and right, and then, you know, kabhi filane embassy mein ho rahe, kabhi, you know, like representing Pakistan internationally, I would say. But you don't have formal training, do you?
No, I don't.
So how do other people look at you? Because I feel like there's a lot of competition, firstly. Secondly, people put in a lot of effort. They go to school, they learn like each and every technique to reach where you are today. So how do you feel it's different for you?
I think I have to work 10 times harder.
Right.
To be able to secure a show.
I thought so.
Because there's someone who's a graduate from an art school in Pakistan because it's a club. So they support each other. So I don't have that backing. I went to business school. So for me, I have to work 10 times harder. I have to get to know these curators. I have to get to know these gallerists, like myself, because no one is introducing me to them.
Right.
So this is a drawback of not going to an art school. But other than that, I think it's all about practicing, because if you keep on practicing, you will end up going somewhere.
Right.
So that's the hardest part for me. But I believe that, like, for me, I have to be my own PR guy, I have to be my own marketing guy, I have to be my own artist, I have to be my own like gallerist, I have to be my own curator, because I don't have that. But in a way that is also it's an interesting journey too, because you're just not painting, you're also learning other trick of trade as well.
Absolutely. So what's the reaction of a buyer, I would say, when they find out, okay, oh, you don't have like formal training and you're doing this? How do they look at it? What's their first question, or what is their interest in your work?
Like, for example, I'll give you, when I came back to Pakistan and I was looking for a first show, and I went to see this really senior art professor, and, you know, she has a gallery too, Salima Hashmi, we all know about it. So I went to her and showed her my work. Again, I went to see her with the reference because otherwise, you know, these people are not approachable.
Of course.
So I went to see her with the reference. She looked at my art and she loved it. We had a great conversation for almost half an hour, 40 minutes. That's
Amazing.
a long call. She's giving me 40 minutes. That's a big deal.
It's a big deal.
And we spoke about it and everything, and she loved it and the concepts and everything. And then she asked me one simple question, and she said, "Oh, when did you graduate from NCA?" She assumed I was from NCA, which is the National College of Arts. And I said, I didn't go to NCA. She's like, "Oh, did you go to an art school?" I said, "No." And then suddenly the stance completely changed.
Oh.
And then from being like, I mean, she was still friendly.
Yeah,
but then,
of course.
And then suddenly it became into, I would suggest that you go to an art school because I think it's important for an artist to learn. So with the collectors, in the initial phases, it was a little difficult because collectors want to invest in an artist and they need to see.
That's my thing,
so they need to see who the artist is, where the artist is from, and if we're spending money on this artist, is he even going to be painting or it's just a one-time thing?
Of course.
So in the beginning, it was a little difficult to convince them that I'm a serious artist, but now it's easier because I've been practicing art for so long and the value of my art is going up. So they don't have that issue. So no one has really asked me now if I went to an art school.
On the whole, where do you see Pakistani art form going?
Pakistani art to go more international. It's already going international, especially with Salman too recently becoming like a big sensation internationally. I think he's really paved path for most of Pakistani artists.
And female artists, I would say. Yeah.
I mean, jaise Shazia Sikandar hai, she's in New York. She's a New York-based artist. She's made name for Pakistan.
Right.
And like, because I work with the gallery in America as well. So, you know, when they contacted me, so they asked me, they knew about Pakistani artists, they knew about Salman Tour, they knew about Shazia Sikandar. And so that means because of them, the American market is more interested in Pakistani artists. So it makes it easier for us to approach these galleries.
Imran Qureshi and all these people. Yeah,
absolutely. So it's actually going places, and I think even though we're still way far behind as compared to other South Asian art scene, but it's in the right direction.
What do you think should be done in order to, you know, align these things in a proper manner for artists, for them to have like an easier process, I would say, like, you know, going to a foreign country or curating shows within Pakistan over here? How can the government help you to become better, or the process to become
because
better?
I was speaking to someone in the government, and then I said that, you know, instead of government supporting us, they are basically making it harder for the artists. For example,
how is it so?
Someone commissioned me outside Pakistan in Europe, and I wanted to send the painting to Europe, and I went to one of these courier companies, and they refused to courier my painting. They said, sorry, we can't, I mean, this is one of the products which can't be exported from Pakistan. And I said, what do you mean? And I thought, you know, this person didn't know enough. So I went to another courier service, and they said the exact same thing to me. So it can't be a fault, right? And so apparently this is a Qawmi Asasa of, we are a Qawmi Asasa of our Qawm. But वो Qawmi Asasa, इतना वो Qawmi Asasa है कि they're not really supporting the artists. I mean, अगर मैं बाहर भेज रहा हूँ painting, तो dollars ही आएंगे ना वापस. So they're making it difficult for us. They're like, अच्छा आप NCA से पहले letter लें कि आप वो antiques नहीं export कर रहे हैं, अब आप वहाँ से letter लेके आए. Like, this is just a painting आपके सामने ही आई है. And so it was just difficult. I mean, this I thought
so
the
they're
process.
Trying to control the smuggling of.
But that also like indirectly is also affecting like artists, because artists are like the creative individuals. They don't have.
Right.
I don't think so. They should be involved in all of these paperwork and everything. They should be more helped in producing work instead of getting the paperwork done.
Right.
So we should have like individual organizations who can, like, for example, how fashion industry started in Pakistan. I think about 15-20 years ago, it was very unorganized. And now everything is so organized. If you want to do a photo shoot, you will have creative directors, you will have stylists, you will have a set designer, you will have a makeup artist, you will have, like, you know, everyone is doing their own job, and then end product is
Yeah,
fantastic.
yeah.
The creative person is only doing the creative part, the model is only modeling, the fashion designer is only designing the clothes. So I think this is what is needed in Pakistan too, especially in the creative arts field, that we should have specific curators, we should have art promoters, we should have proper galleries which build up the artists.
Build up the artists.
Over here, it's almost impossible to get a show in an art gallery because they're always booked.
They're always booked.
Because market demand इतनी ज़्यादा है, artists इतने ज़्यादा हैं, but galleries कम हैं, और buyers जो हैं वो भी थोड़े हैं, इतने ज़्यादा buying power भी हमारे मुल्क में उस तरह से नहीं है. So maybe someone needs to start exporting art from Pakistan in a proper manner.
Right. Yeah. So real quickly, how do you choose your subjects? Because that's very, I would say, controversial.
Yeah.
Your recent ones, and you're very loud about your feelings. I mean, Ahmer वैसे ही बड़ा docile सा लगता है, loving and all that. But when you look at the paintings and you look at the meaning behind it, there's a lot going on over there.
Yeah.
So
most of my work is basically inspired by myself, people around me, and the society I live in Pakistani society, and the double standards of it. And ये जो double standard में society की बात कर रहा हूँ, ये सिर्फ ये नहीं है कि upper class में है, ये middle class में भी है, ये lower class में भी है, हर जगह पे हर अपने किस्म के हैं. So most of my work speaks about that, and it really, really fascinates me how the society works. Because, for example, people from our side have a different perspective of Pakistan altogether. Even if they are Pakistanis living outside Pakistan, they have a different impression. Like, for example, my cousins would think of Pakistan as a very ultra-conservative country, whereas we have pockets of our own things happening where people are very open-minded, they're producing amazing work, they're very sexually active and open about it. And there is so much charity work is happening. So there is so much things happening, but international media doesn't pick up. And even people who are not living in Pakistan and Pakistani, they're living abroad, even they're not really exposed to all of this.
Right.
So my work mainly speaks about that this is who we are, and we are proud of it, and we should be proud of it, and people really need to know. We are not really what like certain news channels will tell you.
Riding camels and God knows what a cell phone,
absolutely,
a simple cell phone
yeah.
is.
I mean, like, for example, you're wearing this outfit.
Yeah, we don't have
Yeah, you're not wearing a hijab.
कि वो हमारे mails लेकर जा रहे हैं और खबरें आ रही हैं.
No, I've been asked these questions.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I have been asked these questions. Someone asked me this question. So what material do you use to make roads in Pakistan?
Huh?
And so this Gora asked me this question. I was like, so this is when I was young, and I didn't know what this material was called in English. So I said, I don't know the English word for it. And he said, but what does it look like? I said, it's the same kind of black material you use to make roads in England. And he said, oh, you use tar. And I said, yeah, if you call it tar, yes, we use tar too.
Yeah.
So I mean, the guy was genuinely shocked that we have the same roads. He thought that we only have kachi sadkein.
That's what it is. Not anymore. We're getting there.
Yeah.
Since thanks to our neighbors, when that 9/11 thing happened,
absolutely,
Pakistan also got recognized in a negative way. But people
and
like
I think like people like me, like you, and so many other people who are working together to show the real Pakistan to the international market, and to even Pakistanis who don't live here.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think everyone has to do their own part.
Yeah. So we are not that image. We don't have that image of Pakistan, but we have a very different image. And with time, I think it has gotten better, and inshallah, it will be even better in future. Moving on to the next segment, ladies and gentlemen, let's see what we have for Ahmer. I think we're going to start with what's the story. How about that? I want to know what's going on your Instagram and the pictures you put up there.
I didn't know they were going to show up, but chalo.
Yes. So the first picture that I see, it says happy hours.
Oh, yeah. I was very happy.
But what's going on? Where is this? I see a lot of foreigners.
So this was a charity ball in Islamabad for Special Olympics. So a lot of diplomats were there, and it was a great opportunity to raise funds for Special Olympics. Other than that, for me personally, it was a great opportunity to meet all these ambassadors and foreign diplomats and make some connections, and hence getting shows internationally, because it's very important to, as an artist, it's also important to sell yourself as a personality, to be able to engage with these people, and then once they understand you and what you're doing,
then
and they themselves offer.
That too.
So this is what was happening, and I was just generally very happy.
Happy hours indeed, I must say. This is a video. It says Under the Sheets.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So this is about, I did an installation at Islamabad Art Festival.
Okay.
It was about, I think about 300 international artists took part in that. Pakistani and internationally artists. So I was doing this installation. I made a duvet cover.
Oh, okay.
Which was, and it was thrown on a charpai, and it was speaking about forced marriages in Pakistan. And how Pakistan में हम forced marriage को promote करते हैं और accept करते हैं. And it's just not about women are being forced into getting married. Even men are also getting forced, but we never ever speak about it. And how बाहर से the razai looks so colorful and bright and all, but under the sheet, under the bed sheet or the razai, what dark thing is happening, what hurtful things are happening, are legally happening. Which should not be happening.
Yeah.
So this is what the work was about.
Wow, that's indeed very dark, I must say. What's going on in here?
Oh, yeah. That was in Germany. I was visiting my sister, and that was just one of the sightseeings. And she took me around, and you know, it's like buildings. And to my surprise, I found Germany to be so fascinating. I thought the entire Germany was destroyed in World War II, but no, it wasn't. They still had, they have still preserved their old buildings, and I was very impressed.
It's beautiful out there. What's your ideal vacation like, I wonder?
Ideal vacation would be a beach.
You're a beachy person.
I'm a very, very beachy person. And I love being on the beach, just looking at the sea and just being in water. I'm a water person. If not beach, then I'm a city person. I like to be in London or in New York.
I thought you'd like to be here also.
That's also me. That's a holiday where we all went as a family. And I was just pretending that I was reading a newspaper back in 1947. I was in the colonial time. So
in that colonial place. This is Nathia, right?
This is Khaira Gali. KP.
It's beautiful, it's gorgeous.
And so the family owns the house, and the house is stunning with a massive lawn with the valley view. And I just wanted to live there and never come back. But they had to kick me out. They're like, okay, time for you to go home now.
So you are a mountain person also?
I enjoy it. Sometimes I enjoy just spending time by myself and not just being away from hustle and bustle, and you know, just getting time to think.
Yeah.
And refreshing yourself.
Reflect and reboot, and then get back to the thing that we have going on.
But I can't do that for too long, by the way. I can't be on a quiet holiday for more than like 2 days or 3 days.
Right. Yeah. Because we're so used to this
and
life
after that
also.
I need
and
to
you're a people's person.
Yeah.
You like to have people around.
I like engaging with people. I like talking to people. I like being with people. That's where I get my inspiration from. Yeah.
Great. Moving on, ladies and gentlemen. Since Ahmer is so much into music, we thought that we're going to bring in some music videos that you might have seen. And some maybe you haven't. But mute hoga, you have to tell me wo kis gaane ka video hai.
Oh my God.
Okay? So you got 5. So this song.
Okay. Yeah, I know this song. It's Coke Studio.
Yeah. But that's not the song. It's from Coke Studio. I'll give you a hint.
It's Sajad Ali.
Oh, there you go. That was gonna be my hint, but
that's it. That's all I know.
It has to do something with Narazgi.
It's called Narazgi, the song.
Very smart he is. No.
Oh no, it's not.
Tum naraz ho.
It's almost there, right?
Sara kuch maine bata diya, almost there. Okay, ready for the next one? This is an old one. You better know this one, and they're very, very famous.
Is it strings? Oh, this is Nazia Hassan and Zohaib Hassan, right?
Right.
And that's called, the song is called Disco Diwane, is it?
I think so. Maybe thodi confused.
Or something like that because they're dancing.
It is.
It is?
Bingo!
I thought
because
I'll
इनकी ये performance song वो इतना नजर आ रहा है ना तेरे कदमों को is also shot like this, so I got confused too. So I understand why you got confused. So let's see what the next song is.
I'm just impressed. I even knew this much.
Oh.
So maybe I am an old soul.
Oh, you are an old school, I can tell. Can you see?
Oh, हाँ ये मुझे पता है. हाँ, of course I know. Again, this is Pasuri.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, like if I didn't know that,
the song,
I think
I wasn't expecting this song to become so big. It was
just crazy. I mean, how everyone is just going like just doing covers. Even Bahir bhi.
You did very well. Not so bad.
Thank you. I'm surprised too.
Yeah, you are.
One thing I figured is like I'm an old school person. I know all the purane wale gaane and not like aajkal ke zamane.
I realized that.
Yeah.
We're gonna update you
my
a little
nieces
bit.
and nephews, they keep on listening to new songs. They're like, "Ye kaun se gaane hai beta? Ye like kya hai ye?"
हमें नहीं आते
I've just become my own
but
parent.
no, as the music industry, I am very proud of the music industry. No matter it was the pandemic or whatever. Government की तरफ से इतना support नहीं मिलता है. They've come a long way, and our musicians have done a fantastic job internationally. People are listening to Pakistani music, our Pakistani artists. Pandemic में हमें Hassan Rahim मिला and so many other singers from Islamabad.
And this new song has gone to this Miss Marvel, right?
Yes.
So Miss Marvel has picked up all these like Pakistani Gaane. Yeah. So that's a big thing. That's a big achievement.
Huge,
like
it's huge.
Arooj Aftab winning Grammys. So
Grammys, it's insane. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
So Arooj Aftab and all these people, they've done phenomenally well in a time where everyone is like, oh, pandemic hai aur ye ho gaya aur hum Pakistan mein. But I think the music industry, mashallah.
No, mashallah. I think they're on the right track. I think beech mein wo thoda dip aaya tha, but then they like picked it up.
Yeah, on their own, they're doing it. But whatever they're doing,
and I think this is what we have to do. You know, that's what I was saying, that you have to keep on producing work, and everyone has to do their own part. That's it. अगर आप अपना part कर रही हैं, मैं अपना part कर रहा हूँ, बस हम कहीं ना पहुंच ही जाएंगे हम.
Inshallah. But thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
It was great to have you. As always, I wish you all the very best.
Thank you.
And inshallah, whatever show you're gonna have, just sold out.
Thank you. I hope so.
Inshallah. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you all for watching us. Inshallah, I'll catch you guys next week. This is Sumi saying, Ba Maana Khuda.